Let us continue second part of synchronous motor drives. In the previous lecture, we had studied the load commutator inverter. In this slide, we are studying the closed loop speed control of load commutator inverter for synchronous motor drive. So here we have a source side converter and we have a load side converter is connected to the motor, and we have a terminal voltage sensor here. This voltage sensor can sense actually the frequency of the motor by measuring the terminal voltage and also the speed of the motor. And you can see here with phase delay circuit, this frequency and the phase of the terminal voltage is given to the phase delay circuit. The phase delay circuit shift the reference pulses suitable to obtain the control at a constant commutation lead angle BLC. So here you can see this is the BLC, this commutation and the lead angle. And whenever the speed here, the speed sensor here, is lesser than the reference value, error of the speed is the positive. So here you can see sign of that error signal is positive, then which gives the motoring operation. So the BLC is going to be the positive. So whenever the speed is greater than the reference value, the error signal is greater and the BL is set for braking operation. Okay. Now let us see what happens whenever the actual speed is less than the reference speed. So this error signal is negative. Sorry, error signal is positive because reference value is higher than the actual value, and it is given to the current limiter. The current limiter gives the maximum permissible the current value or torque value, and which is given to the comparator here. That comparator compare with the actual current ID and this reference current here. The output of this current limiter is comparing the actual value, and that error is given to or the firing circuit. Accordingly, the firing angle is set and which is given to the source side converter, and accordingly the current is flowing through the load side of the converter. This slide gives the explanation of the above block diagram. Let us recap. So it consists of outer speed loop control and inner current loop control. And also we have seen the voltage sensor generate reference pulses same frequency as the machine induced voltage, and we have seen the phase delay circuit, and depending upon sign of speed error BLC set for motoring or braking operation. So positive speed error BLC is set for motoring, and our speed controller and current limiter is set for DC link current reference at maximum permissible value. Then machine accelerates fastly, then reaches to desired speed. Whenever negative speed error occurs, the BLC is set for regenerative braking and which decelerates. See the advantage of this synchronous motor drive. First one, it has high efficiency. Then the fork cordon operation is possible, so regenerative braking is possible. It has higher power ratings and also has the ability to run at high speeds. The application of the synchronous motor drives. The high speed and high power drives for compressors, blowers, fans, pumps, conveyors, steel rolling mills, mainline tractions, ship propulsion, etc. In the previous slide, we were discussing the self-controlled synchronous motor drive employing load commutator inverter. So in this slide, we will be giving a brief idea how, how to do the self-control cylindrous motor drive using the cycle converter. So, in self-control drive consists of a synchronous motor fed from a cycle converter. So here you can see that we have a cycle converter here in the base of our this convert two converters. Here only one converter is here, and here the fire impulses are produced either by comparison of terminal voltage here. Here we can see we have terminal voltage, that's terminal voltage used to control the fire impulse cycle converter, or we can use the rotor position sensor. Using the rotor position sensor, we are firing angle is calculated and which is given to the cycle converter. So in two ways we can do the self-control synchronous motor drive using the cycle converter. Let us see the types of permanent magnet AC motor. Generally, the permanent magnet synchronous machine is also known as the permanent magnet AC machines, or that is PMAC. Based on the voltage induced in the stator of the PMAC machine, it is classified into sinusoidal excited PMAC and trapezoidal excited PMAC. The sinusoidal excited permanent magnet AC motor. So in the stator, it has distributed winding. The stator current shape is sinusoidal waveform, and the back EMF shape is also the sinusoidal. The phase winding connected to a three-phase AC supply of line frequency, producing a smooth rotating stator MMF. The permanent magnet rotor will follow the stator rotor rotating field. The north and south pole of the rotor continuously attracted by the north and south pole of the stator MMF respectively. Now let us see the trapezoidally excited permanent magnet AC motor. So this motor stator has the consolidated winding and the rotor has a wide pole arc. The shape of the stator current is quasi-rectangular and the shape of the back EMF of the stator is trapezoidal in shape. The inverter fed trapezoidal PMAC motor drive operating in self-control mode is called a brushless DC motor. Let us see the trapezoidal PMAC motor fed from a current control voltage source inverter. So here the voltage and here we have the inverter. This inverter is feeding the stator of the motor. The figure shows cross-section view of a three-phase two-pole trapezoidal PMEC motor. So from this figure you can see that we have three phases, phase A, then B and C, and we have uh, two poles on the rotor, north pole here and the south pole here, and this is the stator. In the stator we have a stator windings kept over here, and we have a rotor here. This is the rotor core. Between the stator, this is the stator and the permanent magnet rotor, we have a air gap. This is the air gap. The figure shows the back EMF, stator current and torque waveforms. So you can see the phase A, we have a stator current waveform. This is the stator current waveform. We can see is a quasi the rectangular shape. Now let us see this stator volta waveform. So the back EMF waveforms of EA. You see EA is trapezoidal in shape. Trapezoidal in shape here. And this similar to phase A, we have the waveforms phase B and phase C. And the torque is almost a constant line. The methods of switching the inverter switches. There are two modes of operation, that is 180-degree conduction and 120-degree conduction. So in 180-degree conduction, each thyristor will be conducting for 180 degrees. We have 6 thyristors. In 6 thyristors, each thyristor will be conducting for 180 degree. Similarly, in 120-degree conduction mode, each thyristor out of 6 thyristors will be conducting for 120 degrees. These waveforms and working we have studied in the last semester power electronics course. Most commonly used control strategies of PMSMs are maximum torque ampere control, constant torque angle control, unity power factor control, then constant mutual air gap flux linkage control. Out of this, the first one, the maximum torque and ampere control method, is commonly used one. Here shows the microcontroller based PMSM motor. So here, this setup, we have a microcontroller and we have an inverter and we have a motor here. So this setup is applicable to both trapezoidal or sinusoidal type PMSM motor. For sinusoidal operation require more precise rotor position feedback from the motor and more complex inverter switching algorithm is required. So here you can see this, we have a PWM signals here, the 1, 2 and 3. We have a 3 legs for the inverter, that is 6 switches. Each gate of each switches is connected to its PWM ports, and the output of the inverter is connected to the PMSM motor. And also you can see we have a Hall sensor here that is connected to this PMSM motor. So this rotor positions and speed, and also the speed can be measured using these Hall sensors, and the reference speed can be adjusted here. The that is connected to this potentiometer, so that is connected to the port A and 2. So according to adjusting the potentiometer, we can adjust the reference speed here. reference speed here. And this, for the operation of this microcontroller, we need a high performance type microcontrollers like 8-bit MCU or 16-bit MCU or DSP. That is DSP, the PIC which support DSP operation can also be used. Shows salient features of above block diagram. So this actual speed calculation, as we see in the last slide, is taken from the Hall sensor, and also rotor position is calculated from the Hall sensor output. And the commuted sequence, it depends on the rotor position. Depending upon the speed rotor, duty cycle can be calculated. This microcontroller PWM module has 6 PWM signal ports that is given to the 3-phase inverter, and we can also given the overcurrent protection. The Fundamentals of Electric Drives by Gopal K. Dubey is a reference textbook. These topics, please refer these textbooks. Thank you.